How'd you make that leap? How'd you decide you want to go to Kawasaki? Like, was there always an interest in motorcycles and engines and stuff like that? Or?
To be honest, I didn't even have my motorcycle license when I started working for them. But when the opportunity presented itself, I was like, well, my favorite color is green. So why not, right?
Sometimes I love that because sometimes life is seriously that simple. Like we overcomplicate with our analysis.
Yeah.
And like overthinking, like, oh, what could this be? It's like, okay, yeah, you get a bad job. You know what you do? You leave and you get a different job.
Yeah.
Like, why? So why? It's not that hard. Like today,
Sure.
you can make money just driving Uber and charging birds. I actually never talked about this. I don't know if you know. Like when we first moved down to San Diego, you know all these bird scooters out here.
Someone's got to charge them.
I did an experiment. I was like, you know what? How can I like play the system to make at least, $2,000 in a month? Okay. Well, in 19 days we made like 1970 some dollars.
Really?
And then my account got closed. But yeah, the account got closed because I was playing the system, like I said. So I was actually picking up the scooters, and like keeping them, around, and then I noticed that there's all these pockets where nobody would pick them up. So like where I left them, they would just be there. So like I would just pick them up a little bit earlier. I'd be like, well, fuck, I'm not going out after 9 o'clock to pick these things up.
Yeah.
Because if I'm just delivering them and nobody's really even writing them. So I played around with it. It only took me about 17 or 19 days. It was less than 20 days that we got to $2,000. And I was like, this was fun. And then they closed the account because they noticed the activity or whatever. And
yeah, it was far enough journeys or whatever.
Yeah, some bullshit. I don't know exactly what happened. But the point is, there's so many different ways of making money today than there ever were. So it's like making a decision, like you just said, because the color is green. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's funny to me, but it's also like, yeah, life is not that different than, it's difficult. We make it in our head, but it's not that hard to just make a decision like that. Just try it out. And if it doesn't work out, you'll go somewhere else.
Exactly.
So you started there, and how did that go?
It went well. I became an avid motorcycle rider.
Nice.
They paid for my license, which was kind of the tip of the spear. They said, we're going to have you go out on demo rides with some
with the customers and prospects.
So a lot of the dealerships that were coming on board, we'd take them through a training process.
Gotcha.
But
talk them through the bikes, talk them through the
systems, get them set up with their specific tools that they're going to be using in the dealerships, and then we had to get them enthusiastic about the brand. So
nice.
Easiest way is to throw them on a.
Where's Kawasaki from? Is it Japanese?
It's a Japanese company.
Japanese
company. Their U.S. headquarters is based in Foothill Ranch. But
Foothill Ranch, man. Is that your Kawasaki right there?
That's one of them. Yeah, I just sold actually the
Look
other
at this
one.
Baby, man. Yeah. You do like green and I like the helmet too.
Right,
it's pretty dope.
Venom, dude.
That's cool, man. You know what's funny that we talk about motorcycles? Didn't have this plan, but my bottom bookshelf, I have this book, the motorcycles manual. I think it's like fundamentals of repairs and service. I've only bought this because of all the cool pictures in it. It's just a bunch of nice like diagrams. I definitely liked engineering as a study. It's been really interesting, like how things work. Like physics was always difficult, but like learning about it all has been really cool. I still stay in touch with my physics professor from college. It's crazy. He's been on the podcast before. But yeah, I always liked kind of engineering as a thing and like
how things work.
Yeah,
taking apart
and
stuff,
just appreciate the fact. Like, I think we get caught up in the "I have a better car than you," type of mindset versus no matter what kind of car you have. That shit is pretty advanced in the way it works. And the fact that it runs at all. Yeah. Internal combustion engines are insanely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. They blow up, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think you understand that there's a fire popping in front of your hood. Or, I mean, if you got a car that has a rear engine or whatever, still, like, consistently making sure that there's a controlled combustion all the time happening. Wow. Like, it fascinates the hell out of me.
Changing
any kind of car
that goes from something most of the time that is vertical and transferring it into something that's horizontal too. That differential, that drivetrain, that's crazy. Not a lot of people know how that works.